In this case, we're asked to find the equation of a normal to a curve. Now, the normal is actually just at a right angles to the tangent. So if you imagine again, we have a curve, and at a certain point, we find the tangent to the curve, so it just touches the curve, like so. Then the normal will go through the same point, but it will be at right angles to it. So it still uses this point on the curve, but the gradient is perpendicular to the gradient of the tangent. And the way that we do that, we know from straight lines that the gradient of the normal is the negative reciprocal of the gradient of the tangent. It's minus 1 over. So in this kind of question, we're looking for the equation of the normal to the curve y equals 2 minus 3x plus x squared. We're going to go about to start with in the same way. I need to know the coordinates where we're talking about. So we've got a value of x is 5, but I need to find the value of y. So it's y equals 2 minus 3 times 5 is 15, and plus 5 times 5, well, that's 25. So y is equal to 12. So the coordinate we're looking here at is the coordinate 5, 12. Next thing, I know that y is 2 minus 3x plus x squared. So when I differentiate that, dy by dx, I get, I'm just going to rearrange it, so 2x minus 3. Now, at x is at 5, dy by dx then is equal to, well, 2 5s are 10 minus 3, so that's 7. And that's the gradient of the tangent. So sometimes you just write a little mt. The gradient of the tangent is 7. Now, in this case, we're actually not getting the equation of the tangent, but the equation of the normal. So if the gradient of the tangent is 7, the gradient of the normal is the negative reciprocal. So 7 is positive, so the other one's negative, and reciprocal means 1 over. So in this case, 1 over 7. Now, let's find the equation of this tangent, normal. The normal is a straight line, so we're going to use y equals mx plus c. We've got the point 5, 12, so y is 12. We find the gradient to be minus a seventh, and we know that x is 5. So in this case, 12 plus 5 sevenths equals c. So c is equal to, in this case, 89 over 7. So let's plug that all in. So we get into our equation of a line again. We get y equals the gradient. We have the gradient of the normal, so it's minus a seventh x plus 89 over 7. And sometimes we like to have whole numbers or integers as all our coefficients, all the numbers in front of x and y, and the number on its own. So in this case, I'm going to multiply every term by 7 to get 7y equals minus x plus 89. And even sometimes you see people bringing the x across, so 7y plus x equals 89, just to make everything positive. But all three of these answers are valid, and all three of them represent the equation of the normal to the curve. So it's just one wee extra example just on gradient. The important thing about this one is we have a curve, and we're asked where is the gradient of the tangent is 12. So I just need to recognize that when I'm finding the gradient of the tangent, that is dy by dx. So first thing, let's differentiate. 2x cubed differentiate gets 6x squared, 9x squared to 18x, 24x differentiates to give 24, and 12 differentiate gives 0. So that's the formula of the equation for a gradient at any point x. Now we know that we want to find when x is 12, so we get, let's put the gradient equal to 12. And what we've got now is a quadratic equation. So let's bring everything to one side. 6x squared minus 18x plus 12. And I also notice here, just to make life easier, that all of these numbers and 0 is divisible by 6. So when I do that, I get x squared minus 3x plus 2. And that we can then factorise. Two numbers that multiply to give 2 and add to give minus 3 are minus 2 and minus 1. And so we get x equals 1 and x equals 2. So those are our x values. We weren't asked to find just the x values, we're finding the points on the curve. So we now need to take that and plug it into our equation for y. So y equals what? Well, if x is 1, y is 2 times 1 cubed, which is 2, minus 9 times 1 squared, which is just minus 9, plus 24 times 1 plus 12. So in this case, y equals 36, 38, 29. On the other hand, when x equals 2, a wee bit more work to do. This is 2 times 3 cubed, so 2 times 8. Minus 9 times 2 squared, so 9 times 4. Plus 24 times 2, which is 48, plus 12. So y is 16 minus 36 plus 60. So y in this case is 40. And so the 2 points that we're looking for, when x is 1, we find that y is 29. And when x is 2, we find that y is 40.